Good morning, children. Welcome to Max class. How are you, children? I hope you are doing well. Okay, children. What is our last week class, ma? We saw coordinate geometry, and we have finished exercise 5.4, and we have to finish exercise 5.5. Before finishing exercise 5.5, we need to know many basic ideas of geometry, that is centroid, circumcenter and orthocenter, like that. So for that we plan to start the new chapter, geometry. What is that chapter? This is chapter 4, geometry. And who is that author of this geometry? Means Thales, and he is a Greek mathematician. Who is he? He is a Greek mathematician, and he was well known for theoretical and physical understanding of geometry, especially triangles. And he is very specially known for the basic theorems of triangles. That is, next year you are going to study in 10th standard BPT theorem and APT theorem. That was proved by Thales. Okay. And what he has done? He used triangles for calculating height of pyramids and distance of ships from seashore. Using the triangle idea only he had done. And you know this, he is one of the seven sagas, or seven wise men of Greece. Seven wise men of Greece, and especially he is thought as that is, the people are recorded him as the first philosopher. Who is he? First philosopher in Western countries. He is the first philosopher because he is one of the seven wise men of Greece. So they thought he is the first philosopher of Western countries. Understand? Because we are going to study geometry this week, and first we should know the who is the mathematician and what he has done for us. Because they only created a big chapter, maths. So we always eager to know about their life history. Then only we will get a better understanding of maths, and we will be eagerly studying. We are going to study eagerly maths. Okay. So he has done for only, he made many things for to prove triangles, and used triangles for to find height of pyramid and distance of seashore. These and all we are going to study in trigonometry. See how the chapters are related. Okay, now shall we go to the introduction of our geometry? Okay. And now introduction. In geometry, we study about shapes. Especially, we are going to study about geometry means what? Dealing of shapes. And shapes, what we are doing? What we are doing with the shapes is we draw, compare, measure shapes. We are going to draw the shapes. Different types of shapes, that is triangle, rectangle, that and all we can draw. And compare. And we are going to compare the areas and perimeters of the shapes, isn't it? And we measure the shapes. What is it? How we are measuring the shape? In our nature, everything is what based on here shapes, and our eco-friendly things. That is, that is our land, our water tanks, everything is yet, it is based on some shapes of our nature. So what we are doing? We are measuring the surface area and value and area of everything. So we are measuring shapes, we are comparing shapes, we are drawing shapes. Where in geometry we are all going to do. Okay, what we measure in shapes? Now I told, that is, we are going to measure the volumes, areas and all. Okay, in basic, how we started to measure? Which are the shapes of the which type of shapes are going to, we are going to measure, that we are going to see now. So what is that? In geometry we study about what are shapes. What we are doing with the shapes? We are drawing, comparing, measuring shapes. So what we are going to measure in shape, that we are going to see now in detail. Okay. Okay, now see these two diagrams. What are they? The first one is here closed curve, because there is no open. So we are telling it is a closed curve. And second one is here open curve. Could you understand? The first one has no, it has both starting place and ending point same. We don't know where it is. And second one, it is called what curve? It is a open curve. So we are having two types of curves. What we are using to measure this? We use rope, string or wire to measure this. we will use a rope or a string or wire to measure the length or length of the boundary. So, we can use a long rope to measure and keep it on this. We can able to measure the length. Or if they are asking what is the boundary length of the closed curve means, you can use, we can use the long string to find what the length of the boundary. Boundary means what? Outer length. And suppose they are asking only you say the length of the, it is not the outer length of the open curve means we are using the wire or string. So especially we will measure the length or length for the open curve and length of the boundary for closed curve. What we are using? We are using rope, string or a wire. Okay, there is another method of measuring the curves. What are they? Not curves, straight lines. What we are going to use that we see now. Okay. Now, you observe these two diagrams. What do you understand? It is also a closed one. It is also a open one. But it is made up of what, ma? Straight lines. The first one and second one are made up of what? Straight lines. So, it is very easy for us. It is very easy for us to measure the straight lines because we will use what? That is, yes, ruler or scale. We will use here scale or ruler to measure. So, we feel very easy to measure. Which one? If the figures are made up of straight lines. Okay. Because we can easily keep the scale or ruler on it, we will measure. So, this is a closed one or it is an open one. Whatever it may be, if it is made up of straight line means we feel very easy to measure them by using scale or ruler. Now, we are going to study, we are going to focus our attention on closed curve or open things which are made up of straight lines. That only we are going to discuss in this geometry. Okay. And now, especially now we are going to study about angles. Yes, angles also made up of straight lines only. That is rays. How they are made up of. Now we are going to discuss. So, what is this? Closed or open. Whatever it may be the shapes. If it is made up of straight line means we feel very easy to measure them using scale or ruler. Okay. Okay, first angle. What is an angle? An angle is formed by two rays that share a common end point. What is that? An angle is formed by, what is the definition for angle? An angle is formed by two rays. Two rays that share a common end point. That share a common end point. Okay, common end point. And you see here, what are that? Here you check, this is at the distance between two rays is called also angle. Here you see this OA and OB are two rays. Okay, and here OA and OB are what? Two rays. This you have studied in 7th standard. Just we are going to recall. Okay, and this, which is a common endpoint here. You see this OA also starting from O and OB also starting from O. So we can say O is the common endpoint. Common endpoint. And which are the rays here? OA and OB are rays and O is the common endpoint. This is what? This is the definition for angle. What is an angle? An angle is formed by two rays that share a common endpoint. Okay, that's all. Now write in your fire notebook, all of you. Okay, next we have studied about types of angle. What are they? First one is acute angle and next is right angle and third one is obtuse angle. More angles are there. What does mean by acute angle, ma? Yes, it lies between, the angle lies between what? That is what? That is, this theta is, what is that? Greater than 0 but less than 90 degree. This is called what angle? Acute angle. The theta value is greater than 0 but less than 90 degree is called what angle? Right, acute angle. Next, right angle means you know what is the value of theta is. is measures, what is it? Especially only the theta value equal to 90 only called right angle. Acute angle means theta value is greater than 0, less than 90, and right angle means surely the theta measures how much degree? 90 degree. And the obtuse angle means theta value is greater than 90 but less than 180 degree. And the diagram will be like this. Okay, obtuse angle. You see, what is the theta value? Here, theta value is less than, what is it? Greater than 90 degree and less than 180 degree. Greater than 90 but less than 180 degree. The theta value measures from greater than 90, less than 180 means that is what angle? Obtuse angle. Right angle means theta value takes 90 degree and acute angle means theta value is greater than 0 but less than 90 degree. And next angle is straight line. Next after that we will see. You copy in your fan notebook. And the next straight angle. What is meant by a straight angle? Nothing but it is a straight line. It is nothing but it is a straight line. And what is the angle of your straight line means? 180 degree. What is the angle of your straight line means? 180 degree. How much degree? 180 degree. Straight angle means 180 degree. That is especially theta equal to 180 degree. Theta equal to how much degree ma? 180 degree. So what is a straight angle? That is theta equal to 180 degree. Especially theta measures 180 degree means it is a straight angle. Next, reflex angle. What is angle? Reflex angle. That is, its angle will be how much degree? That is, here theta will be less than 360 but greater than 180 degree. What angle? Reflex angle. So that is reflex angle measured as the theta greater than 180 degree. Sorry ma, less than. That is theta must be greater than 180 but must less than 360 degree. Theta is greater than 180, less than 360. This type of angles are called what angles? Reflex angle. And straight angle means theta equal to 180 degree. Right angle means theta equal to 90 degree. Okay, if you keep this in your mind, it is easy for us to compare. So how many angles we saw? Yes, acute angle, obtuse angle, straight angle, reflex angle, right angle. This is our basic class angles only. Again for revision we are doing this. Okay, next. Next type of angle is complementary angles. What is a complementary angles? If two angles are complementary means their sum will be equal to 90 degree. If their sum will be equal to 90 degree, you just take these two. Oh, sorry. And this is how much degree? Suppose you are taking this is 64 degree means and this angle will be how much degree? 20 degree. You add these two. 64 plus 26 is equal to how much degree? Yes, 90 degree. So we can say these two angles are what angles? Complementary angles. Now that's what is the definition? If two angles are complementary means, if two angles are complementary means, complementary angles means their sum will be equal to 90 degree. If two angles are complementary angles means their sum is equal to, their sum is 90 degree. Understand? Here these two angles are not lying in a same diagram. Here these two are meeting at a 64 degree. These two rays are. And here these two rays are meeting at a 26 degree. But each one is complement to each other. So these two are called what angles? Complementary angles. These two angles are called complementary angle. Understand? They are lying in a different rays only. But if you add their sums, we are getting how much degree? 90 degrees. So we can say these two angles are, these 64 and 26 are what angles? Complementary angles. If we add, their sum will be equal to 90 degree. Next, supplementary angles. When the angles are called supplementary angles, if two angles are supplementary, the sum will be equal to 180 degree. Here you see, here LPG equal to 110 degree and this angle MON is equal to 70 degree. You add this 110 plus 10 plus 70 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, these two angles are supplementary angles. That is, if sum of two angles are 180 degree and the angles are called what angles? Supplementary angles. Understand? They are not lying in the same figure, but their sum equal to 180 degree. Therefore, we can say that is equal to how much degree? They are supplementary angles. That is angle LPG plus angle MON is equal to how much degree? 180 degree. This is 110 plus 70 equal to 180 degree. Therefore, both are supplement to each other. Next type of angle is adjacent angles. That is, what is the adjacent angles? Two angles are called adjacent angles, means they will have a common arm and they will have a common vertex, and the common arm lies between two uncommon arms. Understand? That is, when two angles are called adjacent angles, they have a common vertex. Which is a common vertex? You see here this OAC. That is, AOC is one angle and COB is another angle. But these two angles are lies together. Side by side they are lying because they share a common arm and they have a common vertex. So, two angles are adjacent, means first one, they have common arm and they have common vertex. They have what? Common vertex. They have common vertex. And third point is the common arm lies between uncommon arms. The common arm lies between uncommon arms. Understand? You see here again, now look at the diagram. Here they have common vertex and common arm, and they are lying very near to each other. They lies on a same diagram itself. What are they? AOC is one angle and COB is another angle, but they have common arm. What is the common arm here? Here the common arm is OC. For this diagram is OC. And what is the common vertex? Here O is the common vertex. Okay. So what are the uncommon arms here? OA and OB are uncommon. OA and OB are uncommon rays. Understand? Okay. Now take your fan notebook and write down everything. Next we are going to see the linear pair. Next type is linear pair of angles. What is a linear pair of angles? If a ray stands on a straight line and the sum of the adjacent angle will be 180 degree, means we can say that two angles make a linear pair. Which is stands on a straight line? A ray is standing on a straight line. That is, if a ray stand on a straight lines and if the sum of the angles, if a ray stands on a straight line and the sum of the two angles are 180 degree, means we can say that two angles are linear. The two angles form linear pair. The two angles form what pair? Linear pair. Understand? What is a linear pair of angles? A ray stands on a straight line. Here you see OC is a ray standing on a straight line AOB. And if the sum of the angles are 180 degree, suppose it makes this is 120 degree. This angle is how much degree? 120 degree. This is 120 means this is 60 means we can say these two will make a linear pair. How to write in linear pair? That is angle COB plus angle COA. Angle COA equal to how much degree? 180 degree. We can say angle COB and COA are what angles? Are linear pair to each other. That is angle COB, that is 120 plus 60 degree equal to 180 degree. Therefore, angle COB and angle CO pair are linear pair, or linear to each other, or linear pair to each other. Understand? So they have to, their sum will be equal to 180 degree and they have to stand on a same straight line, not on different figures. So if a ray stands on another straight line, and if the sum of the angle will be equal to, that is the sum of the two adjacent angle will be equal to 180 degree. Sum of two adjacent, very very important. Sum of two adjacent angles are 180 degree, we can say the two pair are linear pair. Then next topic is vertically opposite angles. Next topic is what? Vertically opposite angles. Next we are going to see the type is vertically opposite angles. When we get a vertically opposite angles, when two straight lines intersect each other, and we are getting vertically opposite angles, and vertically opposite angles are equal when two straight lines are intersect each other, and we get what? Vertically opposite angles formed. Vertically opposite angles formed. When two straight lines intersect each other, vertically opposite angles are formed. And they are equal. Okay, here, which are the straight lines intersecting each other here? Here, POR is a straight line and AOC is a straight line. These are two straight lines intersecting each other, and vertically opposite angles are what? Formed, and they are equal, I said. Therefore, which are equal? That is angle AOR equal to 110 and angle POC equal to 110. Then angle AOP equal to 70 and angle ROC equal to 70. See, these two are same in length. Same in angles. Angle AOP equal to angle ROC, and we can say angle AOR equal to angle POC because they measure same angles. 110 and 70. So these two angles are what angles? These are vertically opposite angles are equal. Therefore, we can say angle AOR equal to angle POC and angle AOP equal to angle ROC. Okay, they are, what is the name of the angle? Vertically opposite angles. Okay children, I am going to completing this video here now. This is part 1 video, and we will upload part 2 videos. Next we are going to see, in that video we will see about transversal angles, and we will discuss exercise 4.1. Okay, thank you children. You have to study all the types of the angles and what is the definition of geometry and what is the uses of geometry very well, and you complete this all the types as your homework and send to us. Okay children, take care of you. Thank you. Bye.